How's
We're
everyone
good. We can
doing?
hear you.
Loud and clear.
We can hear
Everybody
you.
good?
Yep.
Perfect.
Morning.
All right. Good morning, guys. Brent, Kristen kind of texted me a little bit, giving me an up-to-date of where you guys stood when you guys were talking, but ideally, same concept. I want to talk about, forecasting for 2023, business plans, all that good stuff. Jared, James, how did you guys, for those who went, what did you guys think? Where are we right now in your book of business or in your business that's kind of really getting you, now that we're in December, gearing you up for 2023 and accountability? Who's started? Who's putting stuff on paper? Who's even reached out to Brent to see if there's anything that they need to do to start implementing, I should say, the start of their business plan?
Well, I'm pretty busy. I've got 3 buyers and 2 listings, and so I'm revving up already for the end of December as well as next year. So
How far is that business plan getting you so far, Everett? Just out of curiosity, like, what are you doing right now so you're saying you have 3 buyers and 3 sellers? Did I hear that correctly?
2 listings, yeah.
2 listings,
There's activity
okay.
on all of them. Well, this weekend.
Right. So how much time are you spending on those deals on a daily and weekly basis?
Well, Saturday and Sunday I was busy, and today I'm in a meeting with you. How much time does it take each day for them?
Okay.
It doesn't take a lot of planning. It takes more like responding to what people want to do as far as that's concerned, either getting them qualified, or writing up a contract or showing the property. What are you talking about specifically?
So just curious, because it sounds like basically you're waiting on them to, get your information, like you just stated. But are you planning accordingly for 2023? I know this is a good start for you, which is great for December. But, let's call it, let's say you got contracts on all of them today, right? Let's just call it that. That's 45. Yeah, that'd be 45 to 60 days of your business, right? That you'll have to focus on that and so on. So we get them to the table. But what are you doing outside those 60 days?
I'm not doing anything outside those right now.
Right. So that's why we need to focus on time management, right? And that's part of your business planning. That's setting up times when you have to sit down and you have to say, okay, look, I have these objectives in mind right now. And I also have this current book of business. Now I need to manage that time so that I can still focus on procuring future business and developing my business model, so that first quarter of 2023, once these transactions are done, I don't go into that natural real estate roller coaster ride, right? That we're basically naturally, we tend to naturally put ourselves in there because we tend to focus on what's in front of us and we don't tend to focus on what's ahead of us, right? Like you just stated. And I'm glad we're talking about this, Everett, because this is good for everybody to hear. Our industry and our type of business, we do get into that vicious cycle sometimes that when we get a deal, you're like, oh man, I got a deal. Let's rock it and let's roll it. So for that time being, let's call it those said 30 to 45 days, we tend to focus on that and kind of, put everything in the future on the back burner because your priority is your clients, and that's okay, right? That's the mindset we have naturally. Those are our clients. We need to take care of them. We need to make sure they're everything they need. We're there. We're at their beck and call. But at the end of that transaction, you kind of get into that roller coaster where you hit peak, and then all of a sudden, those deals are done, and you're right down to the bottom again, and you're trying to figure out what do you got to do to get more business. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So the objective is, Everett, and this is what I implore you to do, especially because, you do business, but it comes in cycles. Would you agree? It comes in cycles. It's not consistent. So what can we do to implement the plan of, okay, listen, I have these files on paper right now. We're working towards those transactions, but in the interim, I still need to set up my meetings with my vendors. I still need to get out there and set up my marketing campaign. I still need to get out there and get my numbers together for 2023. You see what I'm saying? Because then that way you can kind of target and say, okay, at least I have, while I'm working on these transactions, this other stuff that you've implemented in your business plan, it's already in motion, right? It's in motion. And that's the importance of structuring and running your business, that you have to have things in a pipeline, whether it be business, leads, marketing, or branding, or or not financial information, so you could consistently be turning that wheel versus, getting on that roller coaster and going up and then going down and then have to rebuild and go back down. Is it a doable way of doing business in real estate? I'm sure it is, but it's not consistent. And what we're trying to get to is the point where we have consistency. Maybe 1 month it's going to be 3 deals. Maybe the next month might be 1, but then you have a track record of where you have consistency month after month after month, that you do have actual deals getting to the table and closing and funding. Does that make sense to you guys? Right? The way we get into this cycle of, man, I'm busy right now. I really want to get this going. I want to work. I got these clients, but we don't really emphasize what's ahead of us. We kind of put that to the side because, we're wrapped up into the transaction. You're busy being busy. And everything.
Jose, one of the things that you brought up before that I think is a good analogy is the restaurant, or, if you've got a food truck and you're busy, you've got a line of people that want to eat, you're feeding them, it's going great, it's a great day, you've served more people than you served, but if you don't have that planned out for the next day and the next day and the next week, that might be your only day that you ever have a line of people, because you don't have any food left. You don't have anybody that's going to be ready to take on anything, because that was it. You were planning for that event, and that's all that happened. And I think one of the things that is the most dangerous thing to get into in sales is having something where you've got 2 or 3 things that are on your plate right now, where you're trying to close either a buyer, seller, whatever, and you're leading all that in. That is something that is and it's one of those things that you've got to always think about yourself as the CEO. That is a category of what you do. You meet with clients and you make sure that they get over the goal line. That's a category. It's not your business. That's just a category of your business. Your other part is staying in contact, staying in flow. Your other is keeping your scoreboard going with your marketing and keeping that going. There's about 4 things that you have as a CEO that you have to look at. And if you only focus on one thing, that one thing will be what Jose just described. It'll be the roller coaster ride that none of us want to go on because it makes us sick. It's too up and down. And but I think right now, and Jose, you brought this up a number of times. So I think if an appointment hasn't been made to meet with your mortgage people and whomever else that can help you with setting up what's available for you for 2023, do that, because that category needs to be planned out. That category, you need to know everything that's available to you as your vendor partner that you can do with them, so that that part's done. That's a category to check off. This category over here that's a great way for you to roll into the year, because you've got business rolling that should feed into more stuff. But just remember that when you're doing that, it goes back to the restaurant analogy. Everybody's lined up, wants to eat right now. We're going to run out of food tomorrow. What are we going to do? We have to go out and try to find out how to do it again.
That makes sense. Yeah, good points, Brent. We are basically going into the last 30 days of the year, and you guys, in our industry, it tends to slow down a little bit. Sometimes, as Ever pointed out, hey, you got business. Well, that's awesome, right? But it's a good thermometer to say, okay, I got to measure my temperature here and see how far that's going to take me and when I'm going to need to get out there and continue to, brand new business. So these 30 days are very crucial, guys, because you should have a plan of action, which is, in this case, we call that a business plan, showing you guys where your stages are and your steps. So let's open it up, open forum here. I just want to know, it's like a status check, where you guys at with that, because if we haven't even gotten to that point of getting these calls out, talking to vendors, setting up your CRMs, your top 25s, your top 100s, or setting out marketing campaigns and getting that in line, we need to get on that. We need to get on that driver's seat now and start making that happen. I can assure you guys that these lenders and title companies or whoever you guys want to use, they're ready for it. They're ready for it. They want to set stuff up so they can plan it out, further down the road than trying to get out there and say, hey guys, I need some postcards for this next 2 weeks. Can you help me out? They would love to have a strategic plan with you, per quarter per se on what you guys want to do.
One thing that came up yesterday, I was telling before you got on, Jose, the USA Mortgage, they were throwing out ideas yesterday. One idea that caught my attention that I thought I want to know more about that so that we could implement it. They're doing it with their mortgage people, their loan officers. So they're creating a video that is a hook that is, hey, are you worried about this? Well, I've got the answer for that. And they're solving what they see out there, the headlines, and they're pushing information that they can answer those questions for them. And it's USA Mortgage is doing that. One of the things I was thinking about that is as an agent, it'd be smart to meet with them and say, hey, let me see your videos, because I might want you to do those exact same things for me as an agent. Because if they've already got that plan down and they're pushing that out to their database, that might be something as agents that you guys want to put into your business plan that automates, and you're answering. And like she was saying yesterday, a lot of this stuff's evergreen and then some of it's current. So those are ideas. We're going back. I know I'm beating a dead horse with what Jose's talking about, but these vendors have some things that we can talk to them about right now that'll help us plan out the next 12 months, at least the next quarter. At least the next quarter is what you got to think, is at least the next quarter. How am I going to tackle that first quarter and the way you want to tackle it? But did that catch your attention?
Absolutely.
Because I mean, that was like, wow,
sure.
that should work. It was reaching out, hooking them, and then getting them to respond through a video. And they're using, if loan officers are using this and it's working, because they're having to get back on the horse, they're not doing refis. So they're going back in and going back into their database and softening that up. And those are the people, they're on the same train we're on. So they're good people to meet with.
The
Voicemail thing, yeah.
They had a voicemail that they used too, which is good. Just a little teaser. Hey, did you know we have a guarantee loan where they can write for cash, but if it doesn't work out, the seller's guaranteed $5,000. Well, it just leave, hey, I hope you're doing well. I just wanted to let you know I got this new product, blah, blah, blah. Call me if you're interested. It's a good, like, little dangling carrot.
Yeah. But anyway, Jose, you just got my mind going on the fact that meeting with vendors is a well worth time
Absolutely
to do right now.
We walked
No,
out
absolutely.
yesterday.
Yeah.
No, absolutely, because they have unique, branding, awareness that can help us, as agents put our plan together, especially our marketing plan, where you guys are really just at a push of a button and they take care of it all, guys. I mean, I'm just being very straightforward. If you don't have meetings yet set up, please do so. I implore you to please set up your meetings. Find your guys that we do. Obviously, we will always want to pursue and touch base with our preferred vendors because we vet them out. They have great results and they have great information, but take your pick. You guys select who you guys want to really, try out for the first quarter or the year, but they're important to be part of your team, guys. You guys don't have to do all the marketing and branding on your own. You guys can isolate that to your vendor partners and have them take care of it, right? Who here has made contact with vendors or anybody such of that nature to set up your marketing for 2023 and your branding? Anybody?
Jose.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Kristen.
Kay.
Thank you, Everett. Thank you,
Can
Kay.
you hear her?
Yeah, I can. Go ahead.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, actually, Sean and I are meeting today with Greg Aftiev from Homestead and with Mimi Brandt from Chesterfield. So we have a meeting with them today, and then Sean and I are getting together next week to go over our stuff, to go over some plans that we want to put in place to help each other out for the year, help each other be accountable, things that we're focusing on, and some of it. It may be the same thing, some of it may be different, but at least, we have our things that we can help each other out with and be accountable and stuff too. So And I worked on my business plan a little bit last week. I like that Richard Robbins ones where, you know, like you put in the information you want, you put in your, like your average sales and stuff, and then, you know, it kind of, I mean, you kind of build it from this past year and then go into, you know, what you need to focus on and how many appointments you need to make and how many calls you need to do and stuff like that. So, so I was working on that last week and.
Okay, the reason why that, I think you've shown me that, and I think the reason why that's so effective, what you've got there is it's not overwhelming.
Yes.
It puts it very succinctly into a plan, and you're using your numbers from last year and then projecting them to this year, and then it runs out your formula for it, and it's very doable as far as, you know, we were just talking about before you got on, Jose, about don't do anything overwhelming. Do stuff that pushes you, get it to where you think, okay, I'm gonna step into this.
Guys, and don't forget that we also have a startup tool that's literally input the information, follow directions, and stick to it. And it's a simple task. I mean, Brent brought it up a few weeks back. I'm sure Kristen can re-email it out, but it's a step-by-step plan on how to get out there to get business. It's the guy out of Phoenix, Arizona, guys. If you guys want that information back out again, we'll send it out. It's simple. The plan is you guys just got to get out of your comfort zone and you got to get moving. These 30 days are going to be very crucial. I highly encourage you guys to really, spend some time on your business model. Vanessa, if you're looking for an accountability partner, we'd love to get you in contact, with another experienced agent. Maybe we can add Vanessa to Kay and Sean or Vanessa and Kristen and Everett, or Joe and Vanessa, but we'll find somebody that, but in this time,
yes.
Yeah, let's get you going with somebody. Brent, if you don't mind taking the lead on that and trying to put Vanessa in a good team base, so that way they can help her through stuff, that'd be great. But in the interim, Vanessa, let's make sure we get you that information from that Jared James client, that template that Brent shared.
I'm already I ended his speech, his little seminar, I can't remember, 2 weeks ago. I'm already I got emails from him. I'm getting it daily and I'm aware of his live performance on Facebook. So I'm already into that. I'm a big fan of his already.
Awesome, Vanessa. Great. So Brent, if you can, let's get that black and white, or the fillable information that we had that you shared with us a few weeks back. But just so she has it in case she doesn't have it already, okay? But it's crucial, guys. What else are you guys doing? Tell me, what are your guys' thoughts for 2023? What is it that you guys are seeing that you guys think you guys need to do for your business? Like I said, I want this to be interactive. This is the 30-day mark where we need to really start hearing what you guys are planning here for minimal, at least first quarter 2023. Go ahead, Joe.
So I've got, for 23, I've got second magazine that's already been produced, and it's going out late December. I've got postcards with Homestead Financial that are going out also end of December, early January. So that's already been produced and created. They're in print right now. I've had 2 conversations with Bethesda Southgate because of you, Jose, because you pushed us to do that. So,
I love it.
and I actually got somebody to call me back finally. So, but it's not the right person. So I need to talk to someone else. So they're going to have that person call me. They said probably after the holidays.
Okay, good.
So I got that started at least. And what else am I doing? Social media. I always take priority in that every day. So sticking those videos out there and doing as many posts and commenting on as many people's things as I possibly can. The weird thing is I'm getting some really strange followers. So that's getting a little creepy. But I just block them. It's okay.
Yeah, you got to know
It's
how
all
to vet
good.
them. Sometimes they're just going to be out there. These
It's
algorithms,
happening
right?
every day now. It's been happening for like a month. It's bizarre.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, let's put it this way: you're getting popular, Joe. That's a good thing. When you get weirdos, you get popular. You gotta learn how to vet them out.
It's with a lot of really creepy, weird.
Yeah.
So anyway, working on that. I've gotten a couple of people who have contacted me about working on homes. So not buying or selling homes, but they're commenting on my stuff and they're calling me to ask opinions about, should I do this? Should I not do that to my home? That kind of thing. Not that they want to buy or sell, but I've got one investor who's really hitting me. He wants to buy, but I don't have anything to sell him. So I've been looking around for him. So he's really pushing. What else do I have? Oh, and I really liked your guys' idea about going around and jumping in front of other houses that are for sale in the area that you want to market in. So my little area down here in South County. And so I'm going to start doing that as well, as long as the weather holds out as of like January. I'm going to start doing that in January after we're done, because we're going on vacation for a week. But once I come back, I'm going to start. There's a house right up the street, and I'm going to pull the sheet on it. I'm going to go up there, walk up there, and do a video right in front of it. I don't upset people, but there's a couple of houses in the neighborhood across the street, and there's a couple of houses in the neighborhood behind us too. So I'm going to do all of those, and just do little short videos and put information out there on those.
Well, are you guys listening to what Joe is saying? There's houses for sale still out there. He said there's a couple that way, a couple that way, a couple that way. So there's business happening, guys. We should take part in that, right? So that's good, Joe. Here's the $1 million question, Joe. Do you have all this in writing that you can see it in front of you on a daily basis to remind you, right? Like you're checking, right? You have to have it in writing, my friend, because it's good to have it here, man. But at the end of the day, you got to see it, right? You got to taste it. I always tell people you almost got to taste the paper in order to make it work. That's the only thing how this is going to work, guys. Everything up here is great. I call them, they're great concepts, but they're really not, ideas that have come to fruition because you don't have them on paper. You don't have your checklist on a daily that you're going to do. Okay, today, this is my checklist. This is what I need to do. Tomorrow is this, but for the week is all this, right? You guys got to have that, man, because that's going to get you guys used to not getting into that little roller coaster ride. You know what I'm saying? Have consistency in your life. You'll be better able to plan. If you don't have consistency as a real estate professional in your business, you won't be able to plan. And that's the facts, right? That's just the facts. Everett's was in retail. He was also involved in the funeral home business. He still is, I believe. If you guys don't have a plan, you guys can't work that business day to day. Am I correct, Everett?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You can't do. It's not like, and I don't want to use this as an example, but I think it falls good and true to you as well. But if somebody goes into that funeral, say, "Hey guys, I want to have a funeral seminar or a funeral service right now." You guys don't drop what you're doing to make it happen right now, right? There's steps, right? There's processes. I assume there's processes, but there's not like, yeah, come in, let's do this real quick. Let me get you through the deal. It doesn't happen that way, correct? I mean, at least when my family members passed, my parents, it was planning, setting everything up, right? It's not like that. This business should be treated the same. You should give yourself a value, a proposition of what your time is worth. And putting time into your business, meaning processes and implementation, strategies, daily schedules, weekly schedules, monthly schedules, and all that based in your business plan, that's having a structure. Having a structure makes your business flow much easier, and it can also make it easier for you to adjust, pivot, and punt. You have a solid foundation. You know what you got going on. You can move that floor, like if it's a first, second floor, you can adjust. You can put floors on this baby or not. But at the end of the day, you can see the big picture, and then you can also plan for the big picture, guys. I know we've kind of, as Brent says, it's kind of like beating a dead horse, but I look at it like this is 30 days from the year to end right now. I mean, we're on the 29th already, and if we don't have a plan for 2023, or at least for first quarter 2023, we're going to fall behind, and you're going to keep trying to focus on the business that's just coming to you, and you not going out there and getting the rest of that business. And when you sit there and wait for that business to come to you, again, that feeds that roller coaster, man, right? It feeds it. And if you don't have it in writing, look, it's great. And Joe came out with some great, clear concepts. But having it in writing, it will make even more sense, and it would become reality. When you have it in writing, it becomes real, right? When you have it in your head and you're planning, and if you're that good, great, but it still needs to be in writing so that you can see it every single day so you're not forgetting any of your steps. Who else, guys? Who else besides Joe? Kristen?
I mean, my first
Vanessa,
quarter
go for it.
business plan is pretty simple. I'm just trying to get my name out there, kind of build on my database, get everybody, just kind of introduce myself and just kind of work on that. I think that's, and of course, get as much as knowledge through all these classes possible, and because I definitely need it. It's one thing to take the online class and pass the test. It's a whole different thing to hear these experiences and real life examples that are coming along in this industry and how to deal with it. So my focus is just kind of getting as much as information in about the industry and getting my name as much as I can out there. So I did meet Kevin Hall at our little luncheon. So I will have he said to get in touch with him after the Thanksgiving holiday so we can have a meeting and start kind of with there. I'm definitely relying on a lot of guidance from Lynn, Brent, and Jose and everybody else, because like I said, it's one thing just to pass the test. It's a whole other thing to actually do the job. So I'm just trying to take it step by step. But I think my first quarter is just kind of marketing and putting my name out there.
Excellent, Vanessa. That's a great stage. Again, if you have it in writing, I highly suggest to do so. If you don't, right? Put all those plans on paper.
I would try to write as much, like everything that I hear, I try to write. That's the only way I can remember it. So
Excellent, excellent.
Yeah,
Great work.
I've got 700 in listings in the pipeline for Q1, and they're all of them are properties that have pushed from this year, just like waiting out the market. So I've got to stay on top of those. And then my thing for next year is video. I need to get over my fear of video and like just watch Joe's has the greatest videos. And I'm falling down in this social media thing, and there's no reason for me to do that. I mean, it's
right. No, yeah.
all kinds of, as we talked 2 weeks ago, there's all kinds of crazy stuff out there. I'm not going to embarrass myself. So
Not at all.
That's just
Not
really,
at all.
that's where I'm at. I got a whole bunch of other crap that I've got going on in my business plan for 2023, but it really is video. Like I want to just take this and overcome this fear I've got and hammer it out for the holidays and for Q1. I think that's my best bang for the buck. I just don't want to do it.
No, Chris,
Just do it.
I know.
You just stick the camera in front of your face and go.
That's what happens. What he just said. Jose, we lost you.
Sounded like a piano.
It did.
Just do it. You can do it. Listen, it's getting out of your comfort zone, guys. And the minute you do it, and over. Once you do that, it's like, man, I want to do it. So can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yep.
Nothing.
We
Now
got you.
crickets.
We got you back.
All right, Kristen. What I was saying is, listen, you just got to get out of your comfort zone. Once you do that, once you got that phone in front of you and you're doing your video, all you got to do is get the first couple out. Kay, if I can use you as an example, Kay was like that too. She hated videos. She has never been comfortable, but the minute she started doing it, you can even see it in the video where her comfort level, you can see her energy being much more relaxed instead of nervousy, right? It's just once you get comfortable, you just start doing it. And it's like talking to a client in person. And remember, no one sees that video until you post it, right? So that's the cool thing. You're not going live. You can always redo it. Oh man, I messed up. You click, delete, redo it again. Just don't try to make it perfect. You don't have to go for perfection, guys. Be you, be comfortable, make it you, and that's all you got to focus on. Because guess what? Social media and videos is ideally the best tool for marketing and branding because one, it gets in front of all your peers instantly. And two, it's free. $0 to get that impression. Neil, what about you, sir? You've been quiet this meeting. What's going on?
Just all the usual, and I agree with Kristen that video is, the number one way to start focusing on, and YouTube videos on YouTube, I think is the channel to do it on. So I'm going to focus on that, and I put together some numbers for goals for next year. I don't have a business plan per se on paper, other than everything I already have on paper, I'm kind of, picking and choosing from. So I've kind of got one. I don't have it as neat and tight as normally I do. So, but
No, that's good.
I've got all my spreadsheets. I got all my spreadsheets.
I love your spreadsheets. Now it's just putting the plan into action, right? Now you got to put the plan in action.
Yeah.
Brent, if I can have you reach out to Neil after the meeting, Brent, and just go over and make sure you guys are both on the same page, Neil, on what your your targets are, because literally I want Brent to be your accountability partner, Neil, if that's okay. I want him and you to share information back and forth, because you do have a lot of good information that you've had over the past times over these training sessions. Now it's just putting the plans into action. And I think Brent can also help with resetting your goals, and also making sure you have your steps, that you guys concur on the steps that you're taking, right? Because you're in a good prime market right now. Central West End has increased in revenue and in business and price per square foot, believe it or not. It didn't drop. I know as much as everybody's talking about how the market's been affected, but Central West End has continued to kind of show blossom, same as Maplewood. I don't know what's going on in Maplewood, but it keeps continuing to show blossom. So you're in a good prime market, Neil, if that's the market you choose to really penetrate, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Kylie, what about you? Are you there? Kylie? She fall asleep on us. Hello? You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, maybe she's
No,
on a
I'm
call
here.
or something.
I'm
Okay,
here.
there
I'm
you
here.
go.
I'm here. Hi.
Sorry, Kylie. I didn't mean to get you on the spot. I figured you were on the other line or something. What about you, Kylie?
No,
what,
I'm
are
on.
you, what are you working on here?
I had a really good meeting with you and Brent before I went home for Thanksgiving, just kind of going over like real numbers and what are my goals. And then what really I'm really excited about is actually implementing a schedule. Like on Mondays, you're going to do this, Tuesdays, you're going to do that. Wednesday, maybe just take a break, and then get ready for Thursday, Friday appointments that I've prepped throughout the week. So I'm really excited to implement that into place. And then for 23, I really just want to spend in my schedule days on just like further educating myself. Like maybe it's a podcast, maybe it's a book, maybe it's just whatever the real estate Missouri Realtors is posting. But I really want to focus on taking a day to like check that in the morning and educate myself a little better so I can benefit my social media and when I'm talking to clients.
I love it.
Yep.
Do you guys
I
see
was
the
gonna say,
momentum?
I was gonna
Go
say
ahead,
one
Brent.
thing, Jose, about, because you talked about how important it was to write something down. If I said, Lynn, you know what, I need you to drive up to Wisconsin, and here's the address.
I'm gonna write it down.
Okay, you write that down.
Yeah,
Would it be helpful if I handed you a map?
but yeah,
I mean, it would be,
Absolutely.
because it'd take you a lot longer to get there if I didn't hand you a
for
map.
sure.
So, I mean, think about it this way, is if you've got a goal, that's great. Your goal's the address, to drive to Wisconsin to that address. If I'm able to hand you a map, that's gonna assist you greatly on getting there. Because you're gonna figure out, oh, well, I can take this highway, and then I can go this way, and I gotta take a left turn, and then I gotta go this way for so many miles. Now, anymore, we've got our phones that tell us that. Imagine not having that.
That'd be bad.
Just say, just drive to 1315 Wisconsin Drive over there. That's actually what we're doing when we don't write down what we're wanting to get done with a plan for our business. It's just out there. And you're swimming, hoping you have enough gas, hoping you can find the right way, north, south, east, west. And at the end of the day, where have you gone? You could have gotten closer, and you might have, or you might have been driving the wrong way. But that's what the reason is for having that as something that one way or the other, writing it down gives you the direction and the reason to get to where you want to go. And it also gives you the ability, when you get off track, get out of the ditch because you got the map. You're all gonna get in the ditch. That just happens any given day. But a plan with a written down will get you out of that and keep you steady.
Make sense, guys?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Any thoughts or questions, guys, on what your objectives are for the 30 days?
I have something a little bit off topic, but serious. Do we have to do a class for ethics before the end of the year?
You would have, you do. Typically, it would have been a part of your continuing education. If you
Okay.
want to send me the list of the classes that you took, I'll look at it for you. But yes, it's every 2 years, but most companies today, the code of ethics applies towards is one of your classes in CE.
Okay, I just got this lingering thing in the back of my mind of everything better get wrapped up for this
But
year.
you're right, yes, it
Yeah.
is this year. So send me your classes, I'll look at it for you.
Thank you.
Lynn, she did her renewals current.
But the code of ethics for the National Association of Realtors is different. The class has to be approved for the National Association, and there were some that are not, unfortunately. Those companies should get in trouble for promoting that and saying it's code of ethics approved, and it wasn't, so. Just send me the list, I'll look at it.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Any questions, guys? I don't want to cut too soon, but I also want to keep you guys going. I got to jump on another call here in the next 5 minutes, so I just want to make sure we're on the same page. Everybody good?
Yeah, we're good.
Thank you, Jose.
All right,
Thank
guys.
you.
Well, I appreciate you guys. We'll talk soon, okay?
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Mhm.
See ya.